exerting pressure on the ground. And when we were learning force, at that time also what we learned, that if I am standing, I am exerting the force, that is weight. I am exerting on the floor, and in the opposite direction, what is the normal force is exerted. That is why if they are both balanced and I am able to stand on the ground. Okay. Now another thing which we have to know, that what is the difference between pressure and force. We learn force. Okay. Force is something when we push or pull. Okay. And we calculate it in units and units. But what is the difference between force and pressure? Are they similar? Okay, anybody else? What is the difference between pressure and force? Are they same or are they different? If they are same, then why we are using different words from them? What is the difference? Force is push or pull. When we exert, sorry, do you want to say something? But pressure is the force applied on a particular area. It's called pressure. Okay? So the pressure is dependent upon force as well as on the area. It means that pressure is a nominator on the equal to sign, near the equal to sign, and the force. They both are the opposite of equal to sign, but they are both are nominated. And so it means that pressure is directly proportional to the force applied. It means that if we are going to increase pressure, the force is also going to increase. If the force is going to decrease, the pressure is also going to decrease. They both are directly proportional to each other. But what about the area? Pressure is equals to pressure and area are inversely proportional. It means that if the pressure is increased, the area will be decreased. If we are going to increase the area, the pressure is going to decrease. Now, let's see. What do you observe? Have you used these thumbnails? From where do we exert the pressure? From the head. See the size of the head. It's bigger. And the pin is 100 times smaller than the head. So it means that whatever force I am going to put on the head would be increased 100 times on the tip of the pin. That is why it is so easy for me to put it on the board. Okay. So here the area is increased more. The pressure we have to exert less pressure, and it is going to increase at the point of the. Okay. Have you used a sharpened pencil and a blunt pencil? Anybody can when we push it, the syringe, it has a larger surface area. It means we have to put less pressure, but that pressure is going to multiply. Yes, it is going to increase. So we are not going to push it hard. Less force is going to apply, and more pressure is going to be come out at the tip of the syringe. Now, this is the formula by which we are going to calculate. What are the units? Force is calculated in and area is calculated in
This is the calculated as Pascal or meter.
yes, it can be Pascal. So Newton per meter square is the unit of pressure. Okay.
Meter.
Now, one more question. Does solid, liquid and gas, they all are affected by pressure? All the states of matter are affected by pressure? Yes. Fill up the balloon. Fill up the balloon. Put water inside. Put water inside. Yes, you can. Time. Okay now. What was the shape of the balloon when I gave you? And how has yes, come please. So this was the shape of the balloon when I gave it to it. Now it is like this. How come it has become so big? Yes. So it means that we filled air inside it, and now the balloon has changed the shape. So it means that the air molecules are exerting pressure on the walls of the balloon. That is why it is remaining like this only. And if I want to deflate the balloon, what will I do? I will remove the air from it. Yes, I will remove the air. So you can okay now who will tell me that why did the balloon burst? Very good. The pressure so much that it burst. Yeah, the walls of the balloon could not handle that pressure, and that's why the balloon burst. Okay. Now, in your pamphlet, you have to write the hypothesis. What you thought that would happen. Okay. Then, what did you observe? And what was your conclusion? Okay, so yes, Eric, you can come along.
technology now uses AI to help you write conscious requests. Type prompts to generate persuasive and stateful drafted segment.
Hi, do you know when?
Am I please turn off the
At the pointed end, but not at the other end. Even though you apply the same force, resemblance at the pointed end, but not at the other end. Even though you apply the same force. While bats with thin stumps, hurt our hands, the bats with thin stumps are more comfortable, even though both the bats contain the same things. The answer lies in the concept of force and pressure. Are force and pressure the same thing? No. Let's understand the difference between the two. Force is simply a push or a pull on an object. Force is a physical property and its SI unit is Newton. The abbreviation is capital N. Now what instrument is used to measure force? That's right, a spring balance. As you can see here, the weight and the force with which this bat is pulling the spring balance is 7 Newton. Now let's talk about pressure. We keep hearing about pressure in our daily lives, like exam pressure, study pressure, or work pressure. But that is the pressure in our minds. It's imagined. In physics, pressure is produced when force is applied on an object. Pressure depends on two factors, the force applied and the area of contact. The pressure formula is pressure P is force divided by the area of contact, which you can learn as P equals F by A. As you can see from the formula, greater the force, obviously the pressure will be more. area of contact is in the denominator. So if area of contact is larger, the pressure will be less. Now do you know what is the SI unit of pressure? SI unit of force is Newton and SI unit of area is meter square. So from the pressure formula you can see the SI unit of pressure is going to be Newton per meter square. This is also known as Pascal or written as PA in short. So the SI unit of pressure is Pascal. Now let's say there is a force of 100 Newton and the area is 5 meters square. So what will be the pressure? The pressure formula is force by area. So that's 100 Newton divided by 5 meters square. So the pressure is going to be 100 by 5, which is 20 Pascal. We have learned that pressure is force divided by area. But one important thing to note is that the strict definition of pressure is thrust divided by area. Now what's the difference between force and thrust? Thrust is a perpendicular force. When the force is applied at a 90-degree angle, then we call it thrust. So remember, pressure is thrust by area or the perpendicular force divided by area. Now you will see why the sharp end of the pencil hurts, ouch, compared to the other end, even though I am applying the same force. The area of this end, the thick end, is 100 times more than the area of the sharp end. So the pressure at the sharp end is going to be 100 times more than the pressure at this thick end. That's exactly right, hurts more here. So remember, pressure is inversely proportional to the area. As the area of contact is less, pressure is going to be more. Similarly, the pressure due to this part with the thin straps is much more compared to the part with the thick straps. Let's say the area of these thick straps are 10 times more compared to these thin straps. So the pressure will be 10 times less. And that is why this band is so comfortable to hold. And this one is hurting my hand. Because the pressure here is 10 times more. Now if I take this Harry Potter book and place it on the table like this, in which case you think it is exerting more pressure on the table? If I place it like this, or if I place it like this? Where do you think the pressure is more? That's right. Where the pressure is more, since the surface area is less. But when you keep the book like this, the area of contact is more, so the pressure is going to be less. In summary, here are the differences between force and pressure. Force is a push or a pull, but pressure is force or thrust divided by the area. Remember that the SI unit of force is Newton and the SI unit of pressure is Pascal. So both the concept of force and pressure is crystal clear.